my floofsters! How are you all doing today? I have a boy. I kidnapped the boy. He's in my basement right now. And they can't hear you yet, so you can't say anything about it. You're in my basement, don't worry. I'll furnish it later. I'll furnish it later. Anyways, let me just undeafen so I guess chat can hear you. Say hello to the boy, chat. Say hello to my fellow lore gremlin.
Hello.
It's the boy. It's the boy. Also, as I put in the description, I'm not having my Vtuber today because too tired to, and the lighting in my room right now sucks. So I'll have to figure out something for that later. So honestly, I might get one of those dangle like lights that I can hang from my mic, and then I'll just hang it there, enable my cam. That should give me enough light. That should give me enough light. Anyways. So madness, why? Why? Anyways, hello everyone. Lucy, Shroom, Clorox, Madness. Let's see. What else was in chat? White Wings and Toxic Person. Or just Person. I'll just call you Person or Toxic, whatever. Whatever you feel like. Whatever you would like to be called. Let me know. I'll remember. Anyways. So, where to start? Because some people in chat have not read Solace. Yeah, I'm staring at you guys. I'm staring at you guys. I see you. I see your sins. Yes, I do. Anyways. Yes. Clorox is fine. I know you've read my stuff. Okay, you're fine on that one, Arya. You're fine. You're already busy reading other stories and all that, so. Oh gosh. Where to start off? Where to start off? I only know the bits that Casual told me about Solace. Don't read it! Oh my god! Because like half the stuff I'm gonna be saying is not gonna make sense. It's gonna sound like absolute gibberish. You know it's obligatory for me to make you one that's blue now?
Oh no.
Mister, I have to make a blue one now.
It needs to be a separate skin. Let me send you one.
Heck yes. I'll do that later. I mean, still need to make you your new one.
You still haven't started that.
No, I knew
been a
to.
year.
It's been. Yeah, I know. Gosh. I feel bad. I operate well on the gibberish one. That's fair. I cackle at the acknowledgement that I read a 400,000 word story within 16 hours. Nice! Yeah, no, I am making you one later, mister. Anyways. So, I might as well just start off, I guess, at the beginning by explaining who the heck the Flames of Desna are. So, just for some context, the land in which Saber grew up in is called the Land of Desna. Entirely separate world. For context. And the Flames of Desna are a group of people who were very skilled fighters and protectors. All of them, at one point or another, served in the Royal Army. That's how a lot of them met. And here's the group. So, I have mentioned all of these people at different times. Multiple different times. So, left to right, just to start off. We are not doing a train chain madness. We do not spam in my chat. Anyways. So, to start off, just because I don't want to actually draw on this. Okay, my thing's being weird. I have to put the detail over to the side. We have Arthur Nebula. I have mentioned him on several occasions, and he is typically referred to in the story as Uncle Arthur. Both Ryan and Melodia refer to him as Uncle. Ryan doesn't really view him as anything higher than his uncle, but he is truly his granduncle. So, we have the Grand Uncle Arthur Nebula. And to the right of him, we got introduced to this guy pretty recently. But this is Janis Le'Spike. He is Lucas's dad. Which, yes, he's alive. Lucas does not know that. Lucas thinks Janis and his sister are dead. Because of events that happened, and I will clarify along as I go along. I'll do a deep dive on these guys after I explain who each of them are. So, we have Arthur, we have Janis, we have the boy, Corin. Next, Corin Favre. He is the captain of the Royal Guard. So, he leads the entirety of the Royal Guard, and you could technically consider him the King's General. He just is under the title of Captain of the Royal Guard. And for very, very good reasons, I will say that. Corin is a beast. Next, we have Elliad Farthrin. I have mentioned Elliad before. Just not as often as some of the others here. I can also list which chapters these guys first appear in for later reference after I'm done. But yeah, Elliad Farthrin is one of Corin's best friends and has been faithfully at this man's side for so many years. And then last and finally, I realized this when I was making the image that this is technically him in his younger years, but this is Calon Havalon. Sherry, I will smack you. I will smack you, okay?
No, stop it, Sam. Stop it.
Let me. I'm just casually trying to write in the last names. Bro, what? Man. Fine. I'll watch your series later. Gosh. Alright, anyways. So, these are all the members of the Flames of Desna. Now, Corin has mentioned a few titles, and it's mainly been, I believe, no, it would have been the final, was it the final chapter? No, it would have been the chapter before the final chapter in Radiance, where we have Corin's POV, and he is being saved by Janis's daughter. Why am I forgetting her name? Alright, we're just gonna pull up my campfire app, because I should have done that ages ago, if I'm being honest. I kid you not, the campfire app is the best thing for my story writing.
No,
Oh
it's
my gosh.
Diamond. Ew. Diamond, go away.
Hello, Mother Fluffer. I would have said another word, but on stream I prefer not to curse. So.
I'm about to put 2 decillion weight onto the diamond.
Oh my gosh. Y'all stop saying JJK references. I've not watched the series and I don't intend to. Anyways. Let me pull up my Solace thing. How many? I need to look. How many hours have I put into this project?
Hey, Diamond.
12 freaking hours.
Oh, whoa, Diamond. Watch your language, buddy. I'm hiding those messages.
Oh.
You said the F word and the B word. and they both got held for review.
Nice. Sorry, buddy. No cursing in my channel. You can curse to me in my DMs. It's more so don't make references I don't understand. Please and thank you. Anyways, why am I forgetting her name? Oh my gosh.
You know what, Diamond? This is targeted towards you.
To put it in even more simple terms, 2.5 is almost as many pounds as your mother weighs.
That was targeted at you, Diamond.
Why would you do that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There you go. Yeah. Yep. He cursed in my DMs. We're good now. Anyways, why am I forgetting her name? Oh my gosh. Where's that one image? I know Adeline. Look, Saber.
Saber the tree.
Yes. Anyways.
No.
Alright. So, before I got distracted by the lovely people I know, guys. Alright. So, let's see. Should I run a poll to see who I should talk about first? As I intend to yap. Oh, Janis? Alright. You know what? Heck this. I'm gonna delve into Janis first. And as we go along, I'll be writing in their titles. So, the first member that we are talking about is Stormbreaker. Now, Janis Le'Spike comes from the Le'Spike family, and a little bit of information about their birthrights. For those who don't know, birthrights are a magic that is passed along family lines through their blood. And Janis's family birthright is that to where they can manipulate lightning. Also, good afternoon, Snaz. Good afternoon. I hope you had a lovely birthday. I know I forgot to say happy birthday, but happy late birthday. Unless it's still your birthday, but I don't remember. The passage of time is irrelevant to me. Anyways. Let me just pull up this, because I wrote it down. Okay, where is it? Give me the Le'Spike family. There it is. So, this is what I have written down for the Le'Spike family. Their birthright is of lightning affinity. It is most strongly passed along the female side, however the males can train their side to be of equal lethality and importance as the female side. Females can generate lightning out of thin air, while the males have to drag a thunderstorm to them in order to manipulate the lightning. Coupled together, a male can manipulate the generated lightning a female can create, and both can keep it alive for a very long while. Right, it is Remembrance Day up in Canada. Right. So, essentially, to simplify the terms, the the males in the Le'Spike family cannot create lightning, they can manipulate it, while the females can create and manipulate it. So, coupled together, Janis and his daughter Adeline have been training, technically in secret, to be very, very potent with their abilities. However, this does not mean that Janis himself is limited to just his birthright. He is a very, very skilled warrior. And altogether, the Flames of Desna have fought several wars together, all under their leaders' direction. So, bye, Sam! Bye, bye, bye! Y'all have fun with the recording. Anyways. So. Let's see. What else have I established about this man? Trying to think. Right. So, Janis was married to a lovely lady by the name of Yeet. I'm gonna quickly look up because I know I gave her a last name. I just don't remember off the top of my head. Okay, let's see. Timeline. Yeet Selmoth. Now, I have not established if Yeet had her sons. But yeah, no, I don't have it established that Yeet had a birthright passed along her family. I just have it that she was established and married into the Le'Spike family line. Let's see. I'm trying to think. This also kind of delves into some of Lucas's story and such. So, trying to think. How old is Janis? Snickers. Why have I not established Janis's... What am I doing? Don't mind me, chat. I'm just trying to figure out... Oh gosh, I have to do my little calculation thing. Then again, I just have to look at a few things. Okay. When was he born?
Never.
He is 2 years younger than Corin, so he is 53, I believe, in current time. 53 or 52? Either one of those. Either one of those. So he's not as old as Corin, but he's still old. I think Corin is actually the oldest of the group. So I don't... Don't mind me, chat. I just have certain parts where I have not established details and I'm just sitting here like, why did I not do that sooner?
Here in Parkour Civilization?
Shut. No copyright soundboards here, mister.
That's not copyright.
Screech. Yeah, no, I have yet to establish anything about Arthur's age. Yay. All I know is that Arthur is younger than Corin. I think. He is either going to be Corin's age or maybe younger. I don't things I have not Yeah. Words. Things I have not established yet, chat. Alright. So, what else about Janis? Right. So, an important event that has happened in the story, for those who don't know, is that Lucas's family home burned down. This was when, this all were picking up more on Saber's trail and trying to find him. They knew that the boys were at the Le'Spike estate, but did not know where. So they just burned down the place. And all that. Because Janis was also a threat to them. All of the Flames of Desna are technically a threat to Saul. They just don't really fully grasp the understanding of it yet. So, this would have happened when Lucas was 14. Well, both Saber and Lucas were 14, and Ryan was 16. Ryan is about 2 years older than the other two. I think. Or is it a year? I have it written down. No. It is technically a year, but it was in the section of the year where it's not established, or the other two have not had their birthdays, so they're a 2-year gap, even though it's a year. It's probably more of a year and a half, maybe. Don't know. Anyways. So the Saul attacked Lucas's house, and in the chaos and all of it, they burned down the place. There were casualties, but everyone was led under the impression that Janis, Adeline, and Yeet were all murdered in the house, in the fire. But no one knew where Lucas was. And this is also a turning point in the story, because very, very young, the boys had to run away and hide. I'll also explain more about that later. But in that house fire, before the house burned down, Yeet was killed. She did not die because of the fire. She did not die because of any of that. She died because she was murdered by one of the Saul members. And during all of it, Janis managed to get Adeline out of the house. And this was still during roughly the point in time where Adeline was on and off struggling with just simple disease and such. So she was always confined to bed. She was very well taken care of, but she was always confined to bed. But after the fire, Lucas and the other two, Ryan and Saber, all ran away and hid. While on the other side of things, Janis took Adeline into the mountains, where he had, by no one else's knowledge, a manor home. A very, very old manor home, but it's still within his family line. So he had that. And let me also pull up. Do I have that actually updated? Hold up, chat. Let me pull up Incarnate very, very quickly. Do, 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 do. Oh, wait. Nope. That is the wrong account. Got logged in with one and not the other that actually is on it. Okay. Here's my Land of Desna. Why do I have it labeled as that? Well, that might be just a error in what my thing is. Chat help. My stepdad saw that I was watching this and gave me that look. Oh gosh.
What?
Is it because I have like gotcha up on the screen right now? Or like all sorts of odd, weird things? Anyways, let me quickly... No, it's just... Okay, never mind then. Let's export this just because I don't care. Alright. Now, let me pull this up for chat. Alright. Pulling this in. There are areas that are subject to change. I'm just saying this because I am an indecisive mother fluffer with my land. So, let's see. Where did I roughly establish? Alright. Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna have to alter this later. But for now, chat, for now, everything's fine. So, it's a little hard to see. Let me just... Alright, so. I'd say his manor home's probably somewhere nestled in here. If not, probably more up. Just given everything. Where the heck did I actually... Damn. I have places to think of because I actually don't have certain things established. It doesn't always also help that Incarnate I'm limited on my map making skills because I'm limited because Incarnate is partially a... You have to pay for certain things. I mean, it's still roughly free, but I still am like me. Anyways. So. Alright. Also to highlight, Talmoth Ruins is right here. Lucas's new house is right here. Saber lived up here. After Lucas's, or the Le'Spike estate burned down. Also, up here's the capital. These should be probably more up here, if I'm being honest. These little islands. Maybe I don't know. I'm indecisive, chat. I'm indecisive with my entire thing. Yeah, no, kind of nestled up here. Okay, what else did I have established about this man's backstory? Besides that he lost his wife and doesn't know where his son is and didn't know his son was alive until, Corin came and told him. Well, Corin just technically showed up on his doorstep with his daughter. Fun things in life, fun things. Trying to think what else. Also, to duly note about the family lines is that they have specific coloration. So, let's see. The Le'Spikes wear light blue, along with, like, darker blue pants. The Nebulas wear much darker navy blues, as well as lighter lavender purple and gold. Corin is not the same as his family because of, for his own reasons, he prefers all these neutral colors. But he still wears what they would customly wear, and that is a forest green. So, let's see. Alright, chat. Pick another! Pick another person for me to ramble about. As well as reveal their title. Yeah. And also, if you have any input, Red, or questions to help me along.
No, I'm lost. I don't think I've read Solace or any of the
Oh,
like,
gosh. I'll do a reading session later. And Clorox says Corin. Alrighty.
We just went over him.
No, we just went over Janis. Alright. So, good choice. Because this is Saber's father. And he is the leader of the Flames of Desna.
Rude.
He is known as Bladefeather. And oh my gosh. I have had several revelations about this man that have made me just realize, holy heck, I have written a absolutely kick-butt character without even realizing. So, where to start on this guy? Where to start?
Brother?
His title is Bladefeather
No,
of the
but
Flames of Desna.
Is his weapon a feather with a blade?
No. No.
Oh,
The reason
man.
why it's Bladefeather is because of his skills with a blade. He is very, very talented with swordsmanship skills. And he can easily spy patterns like that. Out of all of the Flames of Desna, he is the smartest. He has good planning skills. He can pick out patterns extremely easy. And per se, he is creative of the mind. And a very important thing about Corin in the story is that it is believed he does not have his family birthright.
Dang.
Or so he and others think. So, if I can stop burping, my gosh. The Favre family birthright. It is one of the most sought after family birthrights. One of them. But it is the most sought after out of all of them. Anyways, the Favre family birthright is that of creativity. So they can literally take anything their minds can come up with and use the world as their canvas. So that can be anything from creating an entire city in a literal second to even changing their own forms. Or perhaps solving starvation. Anything they put their minds to, they can do. Of course, with enough training. Because with that ability of theirs, the only thing that really limits you is your mind. However, the main signal that you have the family birthright is heterochromia. It is a blue eye and a green eye, because those are the family colors. And as chat you can tell, he does not have heterochromia. So, further context on why it is believed that Corin, or why it's so important that Corin doesn't have family birthright, is because ages ago, this is going back into some history of the land. There used to be what is known as the City of Life, Halonvale. And it was literally the most gorgeous city ever. It housed several families. Like, several families that had birthrights, didn't have birthrights, any of them. And it was essentially a sanctuary. It was led by the Favres, and created by the Favres. However, as time went on, there was tensions that rose. People sought after the city for themselves. But in the entire chaos and all of it, in the war that ensued, there was a man by the name of Calero Ignero that sent the entire city out of the timeline. Doing so killed him, and left everyone that remained with no idea what happened to the people inside that city or where the city went. This also meant, or this is also important because about 90% of the Favre family lived inside Halonvale. So the remaining very few members of the Favre family were left behind. And Corin is from that family line and all of it. So he is one of the few remaining ones. However, since it was believed that Corin was born without the birthright, it was believed that his father was the only one left that had the birthright. But little did anyone else know, or to Corin, that the birthright still did exist, even after Corin's father disappeared. I say disappeared, he was kidnapped. Kidnapped, tortured, and killed because he didn't comply. But, when Corin had Saber, he realized very, very quickly that his son had the birthright. And in order to protect his son, he decided to lead on the fact that his son was born blind. Hence, the blindfold. They got beef with an old man. Yep. They got beef with an old man. But, Corin went to several measures to protect his son, in order to make sure that his son could live a normal life. Well, as normal as you could, considering he was the son of the captain of the Royal Guard. But, let me just, yeah. Let's see. So, also to duly note, Saber's mother died of sickness when Saber was kind of young enough that he didn't remember her, but still remembered her. I believe I had it that he was like 5 or something. Let me look, chat. Alright. So, yeah, no. Saber was 4 when his mother died. And his mother's name is Christina Lowell. Unless I changed the last name. I don't think I did. Nope. Christina Lowell. Also, to duly note, when Corin was roughly 18, his father disappeared. So no one knew where his father went. And this was around it was right before Corin got appointed captain of the Royal Guard by the King Vtuber. And then later on, this is after Saber was born, Anir, Corin's mother, also disappeared. So no one knows where his parents went off to. The Saul were very, very selective and very patient with their timing. The lore is crazy. Yeah, no. Corin has a bit more of a fleshed out backstory compared to Janis and probably the others. Calon's is up there too. Anyways. So, I will mention this. Anira did get to see her grandson. Saber was 3 though when she disappeared. So it was kind of grandma disappeared and then mother is dead. year after. So fun things. Wait, hold up. Hold the freaking phone. Am I wrong on that? Double checking something, chat.
I just saw something on Twitter, and this Lambo driver was being chased by masked bandits to their house. They ran inside their house and came out with a bazooka launcher and aimed it at their car, and they just ran for their lives.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm sure they won't frick with him anymore.
I wouldn't either.
Anyways, let's see. I will mention this, chat. Corin does have the family birthright. it just presents in a much different way than his son. And that is in how smart Corin is. He is very good at planning. He is very good at coming up with things on the spot. So, his presents in a different way than he realized. And probably will realize for quite a long time. Yay. Anyways. A bit more on Corin's, like, accomplishments, I guess, is that, as I have mentioned several times by now, he is the captain of the Royal Guard. He has also led several wars against other countries that sought to invade and harm the people of Desna. So, one of those wars I did mention, or battles I did mention in the most recent chapter. I'm trying to remember what I called that one. Oh, I'll put it in my notes later. I just need to detail certain events. I really do. Anyways. So, there was also a war that Corin fought in, and he made sure that he did not lose a single man in that fight, in that entire war. And this is due in part for his strategies, as well as his skills in battle himself. He might be a general, but he was also a guard. He was also a fighter, so he knows how to fight. And he is very, very proficient with fighting, as his title, Blade Feather. I'm also gonna mention this with the Favre family birthright. Corin mentions it, I believe, in Dreaming or Dreams? What did I call that chapter? Hold up. Oh, right, I was on that one. I'm pulling up Serenity, chat. Just need to look at... It was in Dreaming. I used that one? No, I've used Dreams. I've used Dreams as a chapter title. Anyways. Something that I did mention and did establish with the Favre birthright is that when they dream, like when they fall asleep and when they dream, they can lucid dream. Ignore the people outside, chat. I hate the fact that I am on the opposite side of the building now and I can hear everyone on the street. Anyways. So, they can lucid dream. And it's kind of a bit like projection in a way as well. I'm not going to fully go into details on it. I want to leave some of it up to the reader's interpretation. But for both times that I have shown and showcased this and all, both Corin and Saber, when they are dreaming, appear as birds. Birds flying over an ocean of endless stars. And Corin knows how to lucid dream a lot better than Saber does. In part because he's done it so many times before, he's familiar with how it does. It's like he's going into his memories. That's something Saber did not realize. That is something Saber did not realize with his dreams, that he was going into his memories. Anyways. So, not only does each family member of the Favre family of their birthright, alright, not only can they all individually lucid dream, they can also go into each other's dreams. It doesn't happen as often, but it is still possible. So, I'm just gonna say this outright, chat. Spoilers for Dreaming, if you have not read it. That was Saber. That is... I made a callback to the one chapter where Saber was dreaming, and he appeared in his family home. So those two... Yep, it is essentially dream sharing. But yeah, no, Corin saw his son, and Saber saw his dad. They don't know it. Corin has a much stronger sense of it, though. He has a much stronger sense of it. Or at least of what it is, because he's done some reading into old text, and he's listened to so many stories from his dad before his dad was gone. And yeah. So, again, Corin has much more of the indication. He knows what happened. He knows that was his son. He's not gonna necessarily mention it to anyone else yet, but he's just mainly taking in some comfort in knowing his son is alive, and that he saw his son, and that in his dreams he was able to protect his son. Because, fun fact, that was Xenos chasing. Unless I had it as a figment, but yeah, no, that rival bird, that demonic bird that was chasing Saber in his dream, and that Corin fought, was Xenos, the exiled prince. I'll delve into that segment of the story more later and such, because I've been fleshing it out a little bit more. Not too much, though. Not too much. Let's see. I feel like there was something else I was going to mention on Corin. Right. So, Corin's main involvement with the Flames of Desna is that he is their leader. And several people during fights have mistaken Corin to not be the leader. He doesn't outshine the others. He doesn't stand out. He's quite plain. And it is hard to tell in this image. Corin is the smallest out of all of them. Yes, I have it that in my canon, Saber and Corin are short. They are short kings. Everyone else around them is just tall. Ah, gosh. And I also forget if Arthur or Janis is taller. I forget. Janis is tall. Janis is tall. Arthur is tall. I just forget who's taller. Also, it's harder to elaborate on, but Elliad is a heavier set man, as well as he's just more buff. If I could compare him to anything, Elliad is like a bear. Which I really hope I established that with his character design. So, yeah, no, they're my short boys. They're my loving short boys, and Corin is an absolute menace to society. 'Cause Okay. This was, I don't know how long ago now. I was working on some stuff for Timeline, I believe. No, it was right when I was writing for Dreaming. When I was, like, writing for it. Right in the beginning. I literally... Let me look at which line in specific was. So. I had been writing the line of, the boys were alive. It had been 14 years since I last saw them all, especially Saber. After all this time my son was alive, hadn't disappeared like my mother or father. I was writing that line when it freaking hit me like a brick. Corin lost his mother, his father, his wife, his best friend Calon. By the way, spoilers, Calon disappeared. Hello, Toxic. Hello. Unless you want to call me person. Whichever you want. Anyways, he lost those four. And then he solo, essentially, raised Saber, managed to still maintain his job. Let's see. What else? That after his son disappeared, he manages to literally fight depression for a solid 14 or 12 years. I can't remember which. And he only had 3 people keeping him afloat. Right, he also lost Janis. And he still manages to keep on going, prevent his first kidnapping, and nearly prevent his second kidnapping. This man is a freaking beast. He is a freaking beast. Chat. I kid you not. I had that realization, and then it down spiraled, and I'm just sitting here like, holy mother of Lady Zara. Who are we talking about? I just joined. We are talking about Corin Favre, Saber's father in my story of the Solace AU. This boy. Straight front and center. We already kind of talked about Janis, so lore drop on FC's book. Yep. I finally decided to just, since Solace is one of my more popular book series and all, I just decided, you know what? I'm gonna deep delve a bit into the backstory that I have established. Because, yes. Yeah, no, chat. Corin is a beast. And the 3 people who kept him afloat was Elliad, Vel, and Vethir. So, him, Vel Igne of Whitetree, she's mentioned a couple times. Mainly, you meet her in the first-ish chapter of Feathers. I'm working on writing more for Feathers, by the way. I promise I'm going to go more into their backstory there. No, it's the second chapter, technically. Because the first chapter is the prologue. Yeah, I have a lot of, honestly, backstory and such. Corin is one of my more developed characters, if I'm being honest. Janis has some development, but not as much. Arthur kind of has a bit more as well. Elliad, I'm gonna admit Elliad has almost next to nothing, but I still have some for him. And Calon has his own. I'll get to Calon eventually. Let's see. What else about this man? I'm trying to think. I'm going to buy all your stories. This is interesting. I don't actually like have them published or like all that. I have all of it on my Wattpad. That's just where I write. It's free to read. Free is the best price. Plus it's a fan story technically, so I wouldn't want to copyright that anyways. Really the only thing. Jaden! Hello! It's been a while since I've seen you in my chat. I'm talking about Solace stuff. Mainly the Flames of Desna people, which is all of these people. So yeah. What else? I feel like there's more about Corin I haven't really delved into. But yeah, no. Again, Corin is an absolute beast. He fought off his own depression, only had 3 people to keep him going, and still manages to go. And he is ready to leap right back into action to save his son. It doesn't matter if this man is like 55 years old, he's still gonna fight. He still knows how to fight. No, he doesn't forget the way of the blade. Especially not since he's the one teaching it to the new guards. So, yeah. Let's see. I can only appear for a quick second to say hi, but hope you're doing well, Fluffy. Aw, thanks, Jaden. I hope you're doing as well. Feel free to, like, watch back over this. Because, yeah, I still have a while to go. And we're about, hour 13 in. So, if that helps. Anyways. I definitely need to go back over this stream later to put timestamps for each of the characters. Because yes. Let me look back over my timeline. Oh wait, no, I can delve into that when I go over that boy. Anyways, I think that's all I have on Corin for now. If I remember anything, I'll probably rant about it. Or ramble about it. But now, chat, I'm gonna go disappear. Alright, see you later, Toxic! Hopefully you have a good rest of your night. Or day, or wherever you are. Wherever you are on this floating molten rock of weirdness and lovely people. Bye-bye-bye! Anyways. Alright, chat. Bye-bye-bye! Chat gets to pick the next person I go over! And I have also... I'm just also gonna mention this. I have been fiddling with something for Arthur. I am not sure if I will include it or not, but I will mention it when I go over him. Oh, because Irene knows I am such an angst goblin. Yeah, we could go over Arthur. Alrighty. The next one. I need to shift my canvas over. And I'm writing the wrong thing. The next member of the Flames of Desna is Astral Song. I will establish this about Arthur. He knows magic. He does not say it to many people, but he knows magic. I also have this established about him. He is a very good rider and fighter on horseback. He can still do stuff on foot, but he prefers being on horseback. Trying to think. There was also some else about his, like, talents and all that. Yeah, no, Arthur knows magic. That is why his name is Astral Song. So, Arthur Nebula. He is a good man. He is a very good man. Very much a family person. As most of the Nebulas are extremely close with each other. He has no affiliation with Saul or the Reaper, or the Reapers. And, he was there a lot for Melodia, Eric, and, Ryan. You will also notice that for the Nebula family, they have much easier names to say and write. That's just what I've just kind of established. If you ignore Farthrin and the great grandmother. What did I name her again? Oh gosh. Do I... Nebula family members. I only have Arthur in here. Frick! Ah! Why do I not? Adalia. Her name is Adalia, I believe. I will definitely check back over that, but I do believe it is great-grandmother Adalia. Her name is a fun one to write out every single time. I have to sometimes copy and paste certain names in because when I'm typing on my laptop, it's not as easy. It's not as easy to write certain names. Anyways, so Arthur, I don't remember some of the lore I've established from. What? I'm currently live, so I'll grab food later. If you. Anyways, family interruption. My dearest mother. Here. Let's see. I kind of lost my train of thought. No, I don't remember necessarily. No, I think Arthur wasn't married into the family. He was born into the family. Family invasion. Yep. I love my dearest family members. They are amazing. They're amazing, even though sometimes they drive me nuts. But I'm sure I drive them nuts equally as much. We lovingly pester each other. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna pull up my documents that I shoved nearly all of my book chapters into for each of these. So I have one for Solace, I have one for Radiance, and I have one for Serenity. I've also realized on several occasions that I so many freaking errors in my writing. I'll probably go back and deal with those later, but at the same time, it's like, okay, fun. Ow. I stopped stabbing myself with my necklace, jeez. Anyways. Just looking at Serenity. No, it's not in Serenity. What am I doing? It's in Radiance. The chapter I'm looking for is in Radiance. Because I'm looking for the one chapter where it's a time back, and it's technically the first time that Ryan ever met Saber. So, a little bit of some background is that technically Arthur was not the first, or not the first member, or the original member of the Flames of Desna. Technically, his, there was another person, and that was another one of his family members. I can't remember. I can't remember the name. It was like the head of the family at the time, before the head of the family kind of passed on, and then his wife took over, Adalia. I love it when my brain just decides, oh, I'm not going to remember details right now. Right, it's under a new friend. Let's see. Right, the great-grandfather. Technically, I do have, like, some things I need to, update, because... Oh, would it be great-grandfather? His uncle, his great-uncle... Or, it'd be his great-uncle. Sorry, my brain's trying to process all of, like, the different things. If I'm gonna be honest, the, stuff I've established for the Nebula family in order of, like, who's for where and which and all this and that, I don't always keep track of it. It's fun. Okay, Sorry. I read the one line I had of Arthur being a bit sassy and saying, I'll see you once your great-grandmother stops flapping her lips at me. I love writing for Arthur sometimes. Why did I double the R on that one? Oh, well. Oh, right. Arthur has the title of Lord. I forgot about that. Okay. Oh, right. The Remia part of the house. Right. So, some context. It is common for in the families for them to marry people who are outside of, well, duh, they would have to. You wouldn't want to marry your cousin. Anyways. So they marry outside of the family. A lot. A lot. And this has led to a interesting mix of some powers and powerless in the whole family. Most of the families that are born are married into the Nebula estate and family are not ones that have birthrights. Oh, I'm gonna also have fun delving into a bit of Nebula family birthright, because I've established that a bit further. So I have yet to attempt and make an entire family tree for the Nebula family. Wish me luck on that one, chat. Wish me luck. I spent a whole freaking long amount of time working on the one for the Latris family, which was just purely so that I could establish what Xenos was to Saber! Oh yeah, fun fact, Saber and Xenos are related. Anyways. I'm gonna have fun with that later. Because I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna now. I've got it in my mind. I'm going to make a family tree for the entire, Nebula family. Just because. Just hecking because. Yeah, no, they're related. Frick this. You know what? Alrighty. I'm just going to quickly switch over my screen share so that you all can see my absolutely lovely thing. Right. Automatic. There's campfire. Alright. Oh, right, that is tiny. Anyways. So, hold up, chat. I'm just gonna pull my campfire over. That actually worked so much better. Oh my gosh. Now I can kind of see it a bit better. And you all will have a bit better time seeing it. Okay, right. So, I'm just gonna alter this so that it's so much easier to see. Actually, hold up, crap. Hold up. Let me just put that back to that. And then I'm just gonna switch screens here. Let me unhide this. this to work. Oh my god. We're just gonna ignore that. Half of this is down below. Anyways. So, chat. I cannot zoom in like that. I forget. There we go. So, the Latris family line. Oh, this is a fun little thing. So, I'm not really going to be able to. Nah, you can still see my cursor. This is a little bit of a side tangent, but this is relatively, to an extent, the family line for the Latris. Yes, Saber and Xanos are related. I need to pull up something to show, like, which in specific they are. Like, what family really. I think they're, like, first cousins once removed. Maybe? Hold up. Hold up, chat. This is gonna drive me nuts if I don't look it up. Okay, that's the family line base. Latris line info. Okay, so alright. Let me just you parent grandmother grand uncle Corin and Vethir are related. They are first cousins once removed. Hello, Peyton. And let me very quickly compare this. Alright. Xanos and Saber are second cousins once removed. For context here. So, Saber's down here. Here's his father. His mother. So, yes. Saber does have the Latris, and Saber's family married into the Latris family. I will also explain later on why the Latris family are important. I also think that I might leave that for my feathers enjoyers later, because it's technically going to be the next chapter that I address it in the little excerpts. Because, fun fact, Corin does write the Birthright Chronicles.
I'm back.
Oh, welcome back. I have moved.
You're still talking about Corin?
Technically I was talking about Arthur, and then I got on the side tangent of the Latris family line, and the fact that I made an entire family tree of it. I'm gonna make one for the Nebula family later, and I am going to have freaking fun with that. Because, let's see, where's my little... Okay. Technically, I should... Let me nab that. There you go. By the way, this is Campfire, and I absolutely adore it. It is my freaking best thing in existence. Oh my gosh. Buying the full version of Campfire was the best decision I ever made. My wallet hated me afterward, but I have no regrets buying Campfire.
It is so expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive, but honestly, having unlimited access to literally everything the entire app has to offer is so freaking handy for me. Especially since I'm a world building fanatic. Wait. What?
What?
I just realized, I need to. Okay, where is the Latris family members? I need to rename. I need to rename Melve because I put Melve's sibling's name in. Oh, see ya, Clorox. Bow, bow, bow. Yeah, no, I put Melve's last name as their sister's name instead of their last name. I did a little oops, yes. It's fine. Because it's Latris. Is that gonna up there? Hold up. I literally have nothing on this anyway, so tap that. Family line. Update. No, it did not. Frick. Alright. Anyways. Like that. Re-add them in. Anir's sister. Right. These two were sisters. I forgot. I don't always remember things the best, chat. I swear it's my first. Alright. Children. That, and then tap a finger, and then siblings. Alright, hey, it's on my meat tab. This is just for everyone's and my own reference. Also, Vethir Latris is the current king. He is older than Corin. I don't remember the exact age. No, I haven't actually established his age. Yeah, no. That's that. This is the entire family, or currently the family line. If I feel silly and goofy, I will absolutely expand this to no end.
You should start working on a family tree for the Halceon members, even though that's not anywhere related to the series.
I mean, there's not really family trees that are relevant for that, if I'm being honest.
Sure there is.
Well, here's the thing. None of the Halceon are related. Besides, like, Melodios and Nuea. And Zara and Rexus.
I meant their individual families.
Oh, yeah. That would be interesting. But then again, not many of them actually got to have families. Oh, wait. Might be onto something. I could make a little, like, graph like this, and then just absolutely... Oh, that would be a convoluted freaking mess. Because I could genuinely, for all of that, make different, like, things. Because, like, I can have different colored lines and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I could start with the Halceon, establish who are related, who are not, and then absolutely branch out to be like, okay, this was their, like, or so-and-so reincarnated into this person. And then, like, establish, like, okay, they might have gotten married, might have had children, so on and so forth. And do an entire freaking thing like that.
That thing is gonna grow fast.
Frick, yes, it is going to. Oh gosh. I don't even remember how many characters I have already in my
It'd also
lore.
be funny if you attached each of their incarnations to the tree. That would just
That's what I
triple the
mean.
size.
That's what I mean. Like, I would start off with the Halceon, and then add onto it. I could include, like, oh, they're related to these people because, okay, this person got married to this person, or is in relations with this person. They had a child. This person reincarnated into that person. That person that reincarnated got married to this and had this child. And all that. And I would include, like, children, family lines, incarnates, the bearers of will, all of them.
Alright, you guys.
Oh
time.
my gosh, Zara's family
Infinite
line.
expansion.
Oh
It won't
gosh.
stop growing. It will stop growing. Just
No.
there are hundreds. Well, as of right now, it would stop growing because you only have so many incarnations as of right now, so it would just
Zara
be
family
really
line?
large. Oh god.
I haven't
You
really
need an
mentioned
entirely
this.
separate.
Zara established the Mordacian royal family. She had a child. And that child, like, her family, her bloodline is the Mordacian royal family. And it's been several eons. Or at least a good 1,000 or so years since everything. Zara technically would have the... Oh no, she would... Because none of the other Halceon really started their bloodlines. Because here's the thing. There's only two demis. Two demi Halceons. That is Crystal, who is the daughter of Melodius, and Cyrena, who is the daughter of Nuea and Phalios. They are immortal, and Crystal never knew her dad, never got married, regardless had children. That was, no, that insane mother fricker is not having children. Those children would grow up to be absolute psychopaths. And Cyrena was kind of stuck in the Halcyon dimension. She's still freaking young.
Wouldn't they be full Halcyon if both of their parents were Halcyon members?
Cyrena, yes. Crystal, no.
Okay.
But it's also since they're not, like, directly appointed. Or, like, they're not directly appointed by a calling. So
Yeah.
technically, they are not full
Right,
Halceon.
so, right, if a Halcyon had a child, like 2 Halcyon members, and their child had full powers like them, would they inherit one of their parents, or would they have their own unique?
Their own unique, but there could be some stemming from either.
Okay.
So I love
That's
how we got off
interesting.
topic.
Well, I'm able to just derail conversations completely.
Yep. Derailed me entirely from the other conversation. All good. Let me go back to my intermission tab, and then I'm going to switch it back to my fire alpaca. Also, I'm going to mention this, chat. Arthur knew Melodia's husband very well. He was very close to Eric. So he was absolutely devastated when he learned that Eric was killed very gruesomely. Yeah, no, I'm an angst goblin over here. I am a freaking angst goblin. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, I can fully go into some detailing on Eric's death. So, I'm just also gonna mention this. This was mentioned in that chapter. I did do a bit of a lore dump in that chapter, if I'm being honest. Anyways, lore dump. Eric. I'm proud of the eggs that has been plotted. Yes. Eric was a member of the Reapers. The Reapers are labeled as assassins, but truly they really only kill members of the Undying. But since the Undying is also a secret organization like the Reapers, they just think they're killing for the sake of killing. They don't realize that they're purely just battling against the Undying, or as I also call them, the Saul.
The what?
The Saul. It's S-A-apostrophe-A-L-L. Or A-A-L. I think. Hold up. Yeah, it's A-A-L. Yep, A-A-L. The way that I spell it is fun. Because I am absolutely a fiend for freaking coming up with original names that are low-key hard to spell and hard to pronounce.
It took me so long to spell Halcyon correctly.
Yep.
I would keep misspelling it for like the first couple months.
Entirely fair. Entirely fair. Let's see.
What on earth?
Hmm?
I'm looking at Google's website to get a band for a Pixel Watch, and it's a Metal Link one. They're charging $200.
Why?
What
It's
is this
freaking
metal?
expensive.
What? They don't even offer it in the 45mm.
Dang.
Excuse me.
I usually make up names that sound difficult to spell, but it isn't. It's just pronouncing that's difficult. That's fair. That is entirely fair.
Ooh, that's useful.
Let's see. Who should I address next? I mean, Elliad probably would be a lot quicker considering I have less for him. For him, I could actually go into some more details on, like, different... Oh, wait, no, I never addressed what the Nebula family birthright was. Well, before I go on to, like, either Elliad or Calon, whichever is chosen next, the Nebula family birthright is an interesting one. As I show in... Oh, which of the two? That's what I'm feeling. Sure. I was wondering. I felt like my nail was not right. Anyways. So, as I addressed in... I know one of the chapters is Oceans in Radiance. The Nebula family birthright is that where they can talk to their ancestors in the stars. And this usually is from or while they are sleeping. That they will fall asleep and sometimes they can astral project into an entirely different plane of existence where they can talk with their ancestors.
Took sleepwalking to a whole nother level.
Honestly, yeah. But,
What if we just transcend reality while sleeping?
Yep. So, it's that, and what labels as an ancestor for the Nebula family is usually those who are married into the family, born into the family, or are in the family in general. They can talk with that person. Or in Ryan's case, he managed to astral project to find Galaxy. Because he's in an entirely different world, and technically all the spirits of his family are in the other. It wasn't by his choice. He didn't know that he could do that. It wasn't exactly taught. He knows it. He knows it's possible. He was taught about it. Ryan just did not expect him to do it.
If no one ever taught him, I was gonna say, I bet he thought someone drugged him before he fell asleep.
I mean, he was in the Violent Kingdom, so...
Oh no.
Anyways. This is an idea, also, that I have been playing with. For Arthur Nebula. Is that his wife is already dead. But he's able to use his family birthright in order to just on occasion talk with her and such. And he's just like taking comfort from that. Again, I'm playing around with the idea. I might not keep that. Because I might not want to traumatize the boy. I already... Oh, gosh. I'm not even sure if... No, Arthur would. No. I am coming up with ideas that I am just sitting here like, why is my brain doing this? Why? No! Brain! No!
Why?
I just mentioned the idea that I'm playing around with, right? Where Arthur's wife died.
Yeah.
I'm half tempted to make it because of childbirth.
No, don't you dare.
And that's why Arthur is so, like, close to, Ryan, and took care of Ryan so closely, is because he never got to take care of his own child.
That's foul.
I know! Like, I'm sitting here like, brain, why are you doing this right now? It's like, I'm not sure if I want to do it, but I could. And it makes sense. Ah, frick! And I was also thinking that Arthur might have lost, like, someone very close to him, like, friend-wise, that I was also playing around with.
You're evil.
So, blame me listening to Epic the Underworld. Blame me for listening to that at the time, and then my brain just going, I'm gonna yoink this.
I have no clue what that is.
I need to get you to listen to Epic the musical. Yay. Anyways, I've kind of explained the birthright. It's pretty simple for concepts and all that. There really isn't much else to it besides the fact that the Nebulas can talk to their ancestors or those who have already passed on. So. Also, everyone in the Nebula
village.
Hmm?
And did they just, the ancestors just have a little village on the astral plane?
Bro, they wouldn't have a tiny village. They'd have an entire freaking city. The family is that big. Anyways. What was I? I feel like there's something I was gonna mention, but I don't remember what it was. Oh well, my brain will probably figure it out later. I'll slap myself. Alright. Who should I do next? Elliad or Calon?
Blonde boy.
Ankle breaker.
Ankle breaker? Is he a basketball player?
So, okay. His actual title isn't Ankle Breaker,
No, it is now.
but it's his nickname. It is Calon's nickname. His actual title is Anchorwind.
Anchorwind the ankle breaker.
Yeah, no. So, Calon has his own story to him. I've yet to define some of it and such, like his actual backstory, all that. But the role Calon plays in the Flames of Desna is that he is their archer, and technically their second fastest member besides Janis. Janis is the fastest because of his abilities of manipulating lightning. But in terms of being able to run, Calon is the quickest. That is his reason for the ankle breaker name. He moves quickly and he hits hard. So he has broken several ankles. Literally. But when... Okay. So I don't really have certain things established for, like, who met who when. But Corin met Elliad, Calon, Janis, and Arthur mainly through, his guardsmanship. Sorry, getting distracted. So, hello, Ruby! I'm discussing some lore. I've already gone over, like, Corin, Janis, and Arthur, and I'm currently on Calon. I am on Anchorwind the Ankle Breaker, as Red has just dubbed him. Let me just try and keep that above. So when Corin first meets Calon, he just became a guard. As well. Yep. Lore drop. Lore drop. This entire thing has technically been a lore drop, so feel free to watch it later. We're about 2 hours in. Gosh. Why? You know what? This is normal for me. I like to yap. And I get sidetracked every 2 seconds. Anyways. So, Calon and Corin, when they first met each other, they were assigned as partners. So, Corin joined the guard at a young age because he wanted to actually prove that you didn't have to have birthrights or a birthright to be a good guard. There was a lot of guards who can actually there are several guards who are from lower blessed families, as I call them, that have birthrights. And most of the guard at the time of Corin had birthrights. So that's why Corin joined and such, because he wanted to prove that he could be useful even if he didn't have his family birthright. When Calon joined the guard, it was roughly around the same time as Corin, so that's why they got assigned together. But, hello, Ranger! Hello! I just got to Anchorwind the Ankle Breaker. I'm not giving that up now, Red. You've influenced me.
Huh? What did I do?
Anchorwind the Ankle Breaker.
Oh, yes.
Anyways, aka Calon Havalon. So, let's see. Where was I on? So, Corin and Calon, they were guard partners. They worked together, they were on the same patrols all the time, and when they were training as guards, they were partnered up quite a few times. So they were pretty close. And essentially, Calon was Corin's best friend for a very, very long time. Corin is close to all of these guys. All of them. And, there was, where to go with this? I will also state this. Calon does not have a birthright. He does not. Compared to everyone else, he does not have a birthright. He has just trained himself to be quick, to hit hard, as well as be stealthy as frick. So, Calon has worked for his skills, just as Corin has for his. And during a point, after Corin became established as the Captain of the Royal Guard. I don't know, I was blinking on that. Let's see. Where was this? I added this just today because yes. It was actually when Corin was 35 that Calon disappeared. So Saber was 8, Corin was 35. I don't have Calon's age defined yet. I'll do that later. Hello, Doodles! Was the game fun? So, let's see. So, Calon disappeared. And to everyone else, they thought he was kidnapped straight from his room in the guards' quarters. His room was trashed, and when Corin found out, he was devastated. Because him and Calon were close. They were like brothers. Corin is an only child. By the way, Corin is an only child. That is kind of a frequent-ish thing I have along the lines of everything. We lost, but I freaking carry the team, bro, I swear. Yo! Rip on the loss, but nice that you're able to, like, carry your team. We love our talented peoples! So yeah, no. Corin was absolutely devastated because he viewed Calon as a brother. I will also say this about Calon's personality, and it's also for the reason on why I believe it was Arthur who mentioned it, or called him this. But, Arthur calls Calon a playboy because Calon is charismatic. He is easygoing, but he's charismatic. He's the one to make the jokes and all that. But he can be serious. He can very much be serious, and he learned he learned to be very much more serious when he became the leader of the Reapers. Yep. Calon is the leader of the Reapers. I hope I have well established that. I have an inhaler, guys. Oh gosh, Doodles. Yikes.
Ooh, that's bad.
Yeah, ouch. Yeah, let's see. So, I'm not sure when exactly I'll have this established. But it's probably very much in his younger years. Actually, no. Around the time when Corin married Christina is about the time when Calon became the leader of the Reapers. So technically, this man in secret was working a double job, where he was a member of the Royal Guard, as well as the leader of the Reapers. And he was extremely good at keeping those things separate. And it was actually a good position for him because he could get some inside info for whichever he needed. And he majorly did. There were several members of the Undying that were within the guard that he had secretly gotten rid of. So he was efficient. And he is very much efficient. But at one point, this is actually after Eric died, Eric Nebula, Ryan's dad. After Eric was killed, Calon decided to stage his own kidnapping. So he trashed his own room. He trashed his own room, made it look like he got kidnapped, and then just disappeared to the HQ of where the Reapers had been stationed at. And for context, it is roughly in the mountain range. On the edge of it, somewhere. Somewhere along here. I don't have it established. I really need to, like, actually think some of these things over. Most of it is just places in my mind. The actual map is just a relative reference. Let's see. Also, I will admit... Wait, where was I? Right. So technically, Calon became the leader of the Reapers before Xenos became the leader of the Undying. Because Corin married at 21, and Xenos was banished when Corin was 22. So. Also, by the way, Xenos was 16 when he was banished. He became an absolute psychopath before he was, like, even an adult. And his father, or I'll just establish this. King Vathier. I really haven't said his name in the actual story. I just really established his name outside of the entirety of the story. I'll mention it later, just so that it's a bit easier to keep track of. But Vathier decided to banish his son in the hopes that he would realize that, hey, my actions have consequences. Because Xenos may or may not have been speaking of treason against his father. Just so that he could get the throne earlier.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, he is an absolute psychopath. I've also been doing some looking into the differences between a psychopath and a sociopath. Psychopaths are actually more like cold-hearted and don't have the empathy as much, while sociopaths are more of they will explode, essentially. So they have more so the anger issues, I guess. And less empathy, but still has the empathy. And, a sociopath can't be a psychopath, but a psychopath can be a sociopath. So, there's some fun things for my fellow writers. I do recommend that there is some more looking into it, because I never knew certain details about psychopathy and sociopathy, and I did find some fun looking into that a bit. So Xenos is a psychopath and sociopath. So hello, Widow. Just did 3 hours of homework. Why are you all right, child?
Oh my gosh.
This is why I chose to not do any more schoolwork. I'm much more content with slaving away at work and then coming back home and yapping about my lore. Anyways, let's see. Where was I going with this? I knew for a while when I did my research on the topic, light level, but still did some research. Sadly, didn't stick around when I ended up going for cannibalistic character. I'm not surprised, Arya. I'm not surprised. But let's see. What else was I gonna go into about Calon? I swear there was something else I was going to. I mean, besides the fact that nobody knew where Calon went. But also, you know what? I mentioned this lady. Where's my... I mentioned her. And she is important. She's not directly a member of the, Flames of Desna. However, you will find that she is very much important. So, we have Calon, and we have Vel. Here. What did I do? I might get blackmailed for this, and I know most of them are me. Wow. Oh my gosh. I mean, you're right. Actually, Calon's single. Calon never married. He has most of... I do have this established that Calon does not have a lot of family ties. But most of his family is back on the other side of the continent.
Skillish.
So Calon is actually from the far side of Desna. While the rest are from the other side of the river. So, maybe you should tell her that. Hey, it's for the background lore. Shame that I didn't really explore their story. I practically made it on the spot when my film teacher made the class write a story script for a horror project assignment. That is fair. Yeah, no. Don't worry, I already have a favorite boy I plan to make. Oh my gosh. Background lore is good lore. Yes, agreed. So, I'm not gonna say what in specific Vel is most important for, but she is one of the extremely top high tier members of the Reapers. I might as well delve into some of the Reaper lore I have. So, Calon's the leader. And I don't really have the tiers established. I'm not sure. I'll fact check this later. I think she is the right hand. Maybe. But both of these two are very high members. Vel and Calon both do send their members on missions. There are some others that I have mentioned in lore. Where did I just put my... I swear, what the heck? Where did I set it down, and then I suddenly can't find it. Where did I put my... it disappears out of you and I can't find it. Also, I need to use the restroom, so I will continue my yapping after I am back. Keep them entertained, Red.
Okay.
Let me also make sure that they can hear you. Chit chat? Yeah, they can. Alright. Anyways.
I don't know what to say.
I'll be back. Don't cause an insurrection in my chat.
Man, I don't know what to do, Willow. You're out of luck. Willow. No. I am hiding that message. Bad Willow. I extinguished the flames that Willow tried to start. No. You're right, Arya. But that's the best that I can do. Well, if that's gonna happen, you gotta spill first. What lore, Willow? I don't know anything about this. Yes, Willow, I know. I know you can do that. Willow, you hold too much power. Willow, you're You're just like Fluffy. Neither of you sleep properly. And it's not good. Stop it. You just said you have an addiction to not sleeping. Which one is it? Good. That's counterintuitive. Oh, precious things. No, Willow. No, you shouldn't. Willow, what you should do is you should get on Discord and hop into voice call and surprise Fluffy and scare her.
I better not see my chat having an interaction over here. Why are you talking about murder? Chat! No!
I can't control them.
So they caused the
That's
insurrection
actually
without
below.
being you. Cool. Willow, chill. Chill, child. Chill with the talk about murder and sacrifice. Let me catch up. Just... Don't start fires in the live chat, Willow. Arson. Sir, you are the reluctant babysitter that doesn't know how to do this besides quietly over. Tell us your deepest, darkest secret. Tell us lore. I'd spill lore, but you've already seen me rant in chat before, even at 4 a.m. I know a lot of her lore. I can ramble for her if needed. Yeah, I was waiting for that. I was confused. Why? Just remember that I have a reading addiction. Of course I'll ramble eventually. I even know books she's working on right now. And a not sleeping addiction. I sleep longer than she is. Yeah, she rarely stays up because of classes. I can tell you that. I willingly choose not to sleep most of the time, despite knowing full well that I need to. Well, that is sweet. Can't wait to see. Should I go back to killing off? Why, Willow? This reminds me that I'm behind on writing. If it weren't for my keyboard being so annoying half the time, I would have gotten so much more done. That is fair. Forget that I'm here. Of course I'll allow her to sacrifice. Oh my gosh. My chat, I swear. Okay. Let me get back to rambling about Vel and Calon and the Reapers a little bit. So, I mentioned this earlier in the stream. I don't remember during whose I was mentioning it. It was probably during Corin's, I believe. Anyways. So, the Reapers are a group of people from different alignments, or different backgrounds and such, different strengths, weaknesses, all that are joined together to fight the Sol, or as they're also known as the Undying, because of the sole reason that the Undying seeks to bring back Halonvale at any cost. And this means whatever means necessary. Doesn't matter if they kill, doesn't matter if they kidnap, murder, any of it. So, the Reapers are more so the good aligned people, and the Undying are the bad aligned people. And most of the Undying is actually criminals and other people of corrupt nature that seek to claim Halonvale as their own. The words "at any cost" is never a good thing. Yeah, no. Willow, you're not going to be laughing once I update SSP. No, don't hurt. No. Anyways. I mean, to be fair, I'm also in this because of all the angst, if I'm being honest. I'm still considering a few things. You won't be laughing once I update my intercoder, Father's Love. It's a shame I have to hold back during Chromotober. I was edging pretty close on writing detailed gore. Oh gosh. Fun. Anyways, so as I explained, the Reapers are literally against the Undying and seek to thwart the Undying's plans. However, the Undying aren't as stupid as they seem either, because they are being led by Xenos. And Xenos, despite his chronic psychopathy, is a very smart man. He has been literally plotting things for 33 years. I'll compensate by planning future chapters of Darkest Hour. Oh no. Oh no. Anyways. So. That's what the Reapers are. I there is a technical ranking system in the Reapers. There are the trainees, and then there are a couple layers. I have not yet to much go into some of the detailing on that. But let me quickly, just so that I'm not bombing anybody who does not want to see this. I just need to open something up. Oh gosh. Will I be able to properly show this off? I should be. Because the only thing is that it... Oh gosh. Alright. We should sacrifice Xanos. I don't know how to spell his name. Anyone hurts the beans and marriages gets the knife. Yeah. Anyways. I got it to a point where you're not seeing the major thing of this. You can probably see it barely in the corner, but this is Eric, the redraw of Eric Nebula's death. If properly rendered noses save lives, I'm glad I put it on a death. Or I'm glad it's not on a live man. And it's on a dead man. I just remembered the last time I talked. Yeah, it's kind of been a while, Shroom. I'm guessing you've just been lurking, which is perfectly fine. Anyways. Time to rant and chat, lol. Yeah, fair. So. Different chat, not here. All good. As you can kind of see, all of the Reapers have different little clasps on their thing. I'm going to try and not show the gore. I said attempt. Don't mind that he's kind of dead and that the nose is absolutely freaking horrid. But it's on their, it ties their hood together. And all that. And this is also kind of the, standard for their, thing. Vel and Calon are a little different. But if I were to, like, actually detail it, she'd have it, like, right here. Oh, Vel would have hers there. Calon actually does not have one. Because he's the leader. He doesn't need one. They know who Calon is. They will not say who their leader is. They know who he is. So. Anyways. I just remembered the sad detail I put in this. That you could see the reflection of the stars in Eric's eyes as he was dying. Because it was such a clear night. Just a little while. I'm gonna go back to lurking. Alright, sure. I just love how you accept all my shenanigans as the ink god as actual facts that I would do it. It's not wrong. Yeah. Anyways. So, this is one of the several identifications of, per se, status or tiers of Reapers. This is one of the higher ones. I'd say probably right under the ones who actually assist Calon with missions and all that. So he was like right under. I don't remember any others, if I'm being honest. Or I haven't established what the other, like, things look like. So, yeah. I will admit, though, I am proud of this artwork. Just because of the detailing I put in. The nose looks like trash. But to be fair, I've barely drawn noses, and I actually blame the shading. And the face. I should have altered the face. It's fine. Anyways, closing that, you know what? It's fine, because I've just been rambling, and I need this to show off. Anyways. So that's kind of the detail. Now, so in current time, in the story, I'm just gonna... No, it's spoilers for the recent chapter. The Reapers have fallen, although I established this ages ago. But there's actually some details that I haven't had the chance yet to reveal. So, a thing about Eric Nebula's death is that his hood was taken. His hood and emblem were taken. And he was just kind of hung up on the pole in the center of town. Not gonna go into any further detailing of that, but I think that's enough of a vision. Well, I say hung up, he was actually pinned to it. I'm not going any further than that. Anyways. But his cloak and emblem were taken. Or technically, his outfit. I don't remember the exact things of it. But his entire outfit, as well as his partners technically, were stolen by the Undying. And it took several years, but it was so that the detail was kind of forgotten. The Undying used those outfits to infiltrate the Reapers. So, right before everything, well, I'll have some things later. What did I name? I'm trying to think of Rakeen's brother. His name. Rakeen's brother actually was for the Undying first. But he infiltrated the Reapers. So he figured out his brother was part of the Reapers. And Rakeen is loyal. He is loyal to his brothers, his family. Because, fun fact, Rakeen's family is actually from a line of assassins. And his family birthright is actually that of a birthright familiar. I'll detail that later, but that's currently not relevant. So the fall of the Reapers was actually an orchestrated one that was planned for a long, long time. And Xenos was very smart about it. He knew his players that he needed. And the 2 outfits were used.
I'm
Let's-
back again. I died.
Oh yeah, you're good. You're good. Welcome back.
What's happening now?
I'm still on the topic of the Reapers, but I was actually gonna delve into a little bit on Vel.
Okay.
Alright. So, Vel. This is gonna tie back to Calon and his disappearance a bit, as well as a few other things. Let me also look at... Yep, that was the only one to hit. Okay, so I don't remember exactly when I have it that Vel joined the Reapers. But, Vel became very close, or Vel was very close to Corin. I don't have it established yet on how they met. I will probably establish that later. I'm probably gonna fiddle with like a childhood friend idea. Possibly. We'll see. But, Vel plays a very important part in Corin's life. After Christina dies, Vel stepped in as a bit of a surrogate mother. I'm not even sure if I'm using surrogate right. To Saber. She didn't marry Corin. She did not say or label herself as Saber's mother or as like a stepmom. She just mainly stepped in to help Corin with Saber. Like, keep an eye on him. And just make sure and watch Saber to make sure he was okay. Especially considering the fact that Anir disappeared, like, right before Christina died. So, Corin was kind of solo raising. So, anytime that Corin had to go manage his duties up at the castle, training and all that, as well as a few other things, Vel would come over to the Favre household and simply keep an eye on Saber. So she got to know Saber very well. And Saber was partially raised to see Vel as a bit of an older sister figure, as well as kind of like a aunt figure, if I could explain it. But just mainly that female role that he needed in his life, considering his mother died at a very young age. So, Bella is very close to Corin and Saber. She knows them very well. And she is the only other person besides Corin at the time to know of Saber's birthright. Because at the time of when it first appeared, when Saber's abilities first appeared, it was when Vel came over to accompany Corin to the market, because both of them knew Saber was getting a little more active and such, and might have the chance to run off. So she was just mainly keeping an eye. It was actually to Corin's surprise that Vel was a Reaper. And still is a Reaper, by the way. Because he had no clue. Corin's been approached by several Reapers, indiscreetly, and been given little hints being like, hey, keep an eye on this person, or this person might disappear. Don't treat it any differently. So, Corin is an unaligned person, but he knows the Reapers aren't bad people. So he's never had any qualms with them, as long as they're, like, not attacking necessarily his men. Although Calon kind of did.
What's the group that is at odds with his group that he later gets into?
Sorry, I might have mixed up a few things there. My brain's kind of been on
There's
autopilot.
a bunch of different groups. There's Corin's group, which I've already forgotten the name of that.
Okay.
With the with Ankle Breaker, and then what's the group that like directly opposes them or tried to kill some of the members at an earlier time?
So, there are the Reapers, and then there's the Undying.
Okay.
The Undying is also called the Saul.
Okay, my bad. I thought the Reapers were a part of that. I got confused. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, no.
What's going on here?
Those two are opposing factions.
Okay.
There is also technically a neutral faction of just the kingdom itself. And the guards.
Yeah.
So they have their own moral alignment. Ish. But yeah, no. They'll... I want to say it, but it is major spoilers. And it is a very key part to the story. But you know what? I'm just gonna write this last name, and I will let people figure it out later. Because technically I have only one person knows. Because I kind of... I had more help along with. Okay. I'm gonna say this for my Solace readers. Mainly for Serenity. There is a pattern in the way I name the chapters. I'm not gonna say what. I gave a hint to what. It might be a little harder to determine. But you know what? I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna find it right quick. And I'm going to read it. Let's see. This was a while ago, actually. Alright. So, there was a post I made on my, let me just quickly... Just copy that. That's not what I wanted to hit. Alright. Okay. So, there was a post I made. I pulled it up here on stream. It says this. It actually does reveal the naming pattern that is hidden within my chapter names. There is also technically a little fun fact that I've done with my naming system. It's unintentional, but then I've just been like rolling with it and I'm like, okay, heck yes. But I'm just gonna read this first before I get into any other details, before my brain just decides to go down on the road of like, I'm gonna space the F out. Anyways. So, this is, as I wrote, you can see here on stream, I wrote this. In patterns of 3 the words would speak, an accident nevermore. Yet the answers they seek lie betwixt the triplets, asking questions furthermore. Eyes would perceive this as just another name, yet they lied baffle evermore. For no one could perceive the firstborn's blame, for it lay further in store. The clock will tick, the wings will spread, while blood will stain the ground. Even so the fires rage through golden eyes, unquenchable by this fury profound. So I tell you, the eyes beyond the page, for I am no seer nor a mage. Will your minds foresee what lies for these 3? Or will you be as baffled as me? So, I'm not gonna say who CI is, because I know it looks like it might be an L, but it's actually an I. Not gonna say who it is, but this is an excerpt for something they wrote. But I'm just gonna give a bit of a hint here for my readers. Only the first paragraph is relevant to the naming. The rest of it actually is lore. I so want to highlight a few things that are important, but I know at the same time I want people to figure it out. But let's just say CI is a very important person. You will never meet him though. Anyways. So I'm just gonna let that simmer. And technically, I never got to address... You should totally highlight it. I only have 2 brain cells. Please make this easy for me. Fine. So, I don't exactly have a highlighter. Alright. There are a couple hints for the naming. Yeah. I hate the fact that sometimes it does this. Anyways. I'm gonna just go bigger. Anyways. So this is important. This is important. That. And that. I usually have to skim through a lot of text. The passage looks like a blob to me. Once the not-so-kind optical illusion disperses, I can read the text properly then. That's fair. So, out of all of this, these are the most important things you need to keep in mind about the naming. In patterns of 3 lie betwixt the triplets. You might think it's just another name, but you need to perceive the firstborn's blame. And I'm also gonna mention this to try and help some of you all out to figure out who this CI person is. He's not a seer nor a mage. And he has no clue. He has no clue what's gonna happen. At least not exactly. And he's very much aware of you all. To an extent. To an extent, he's aware. Yeah, no. You will find that CI is a very important person later on. Also, I will just add on this, because I didn't get a screenshot of it. In the replies, I wrote, "The first has been said." And this was back September 8th. So. Anyways, let's see. I need to go back to finish talking. So, the last person is Elliad. And for those who've been paying attention really to the entire thing, this is Forest Runner. And with the lore about the birthrights, there are a lot of infinite possibilities for what a birthright could be. All it really has to be is a magic that is passed down through the bloodline. So, Elliad does have a birthright. And I'm just gonna say it now, he can turn into a bear. For those who have been here, I did mention the bear thing earlier. Elliad can turn into a bear. So, some of the birthrights, as well as I mentioned this, or I had Xanos mention that, there are the animalistic holders, and these are people with birthrights that can turn into animals. So, there's a wide variety of things. There are families that have birthrights of divination, or families who had birthrights of creation, manifestation, transformation, as well as, like, talking on the astral plane. All that. So there are a lot. And I really have not brought up these too much. Besides in, like, writing outside of the book, if I'm being honest. No, they do get mentioned. But Dropsy and Jerome, I really have not introduced them actually, but they are mentioned in writing by, I know for certain Ryan mentions the two. because he's concerned on them. But Jerome's dad is Elliad. He doesn't really know his dad too well. Because, Elliad lives up in the capital. Well, I don't remember where exactly I established it. Probably somewhere around, like, here or these two. Possibly. Somewhere in this region is where Dropsy and Jerome live. And so, again, Elliad up in the capital. Jerome lives with his mom down further south. Because I actually have this map correct. I actually have it correct, unlike my Land of Tayri map, which is flipped so horridly. Up is not north on the Tayri map. Left is north. Left is freaking north on the Tayri map. I think. No. It's not even left, it's right. Actually, let me see. Hold up. I need to see this. I need to see what this looks like. Yes, I am on a side tangent, chat. I will get back on track in a moment. Yeah, no, it's... So, in order to look at the Tayri map correctly, you have to flip it like that. And then flip it like that. In order to get it to be north. I freaking hate this so much, chat. You do not understand how much this hurts me to look at. My brain can't comprehend it. But technically this makes sense. I hate it so much. Because, fun fact, chat. This is for those who follow my Tayri lore and all that. Nightingale is down here. And I have always had it that the sun sets in this direction. So that you can always see the sunset from the castle of Tayri. Because the back of the castle is right here. It kind of angles like that. It's essentially a citadel. It doesn't actually cut into the Foghelm Woods. Because, fun fact, this is the entirety of the Foghelm Woods. But yeah, no, my map is all sorts of fun and mixed up. Have fun thinking of that, by the way. Because I am, and I absolutely hate it. But it's relevant! It's relevant, I swear! Anyways. Done with that little side tangent. Alright. Again, I don't really have too much about Elliad besides the fact that he lives... He's still technically married to his wife. He and his wife are just not on the greatest speaking terms. Elliad is the muscles. He's not necessarily the brain. And he has some charisma about him, but he is not the smartest guy. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I had it so that, there was some comment I thought of about, or that Elliad's wife made. He mentions that his wife made about him, and he does not process it. I can't remember what it was, which I'm sad about, but it's fine. Yeah, no. Elliad is an example of one of the few who can turn into animals. And if I remember correctly, out of all of them, Corin is the oldest. Unless I change it that Arthur is the oldest. I don't know. But Janis is younger than Corin by a couple years. So. Also some lore about Jerome and Dropsy that I haven't had the time to fully establish is that they run an apothecary. Or in specific, Dropsy's mother runs the apothecary in a village. Well, more of city-ish. She's the one who runs the apothecary. Or is it not? Is it just Dropsy? I don't remember in specific. I really don't. But, let's see. Trying to think. Oh yeah. Some things about Dropsy is that her and her mother are not on good speaking terms. In the slightest. Because Dropsy is an only child. Her dad is dead. So she only has her mother. But Dropsy is scared to love anyone. She has philophobia. If I remember correctly, that is the thing. Let me quickly double check. Yeah, no. She has philophobia, which is the fear of love. I will also mention this. Ryan has the nickname of Songbird. Or his thing of Tootie is from like him singing and such, because Ryan actually had a crush on Dropsy. However, Dropsy is scared to love anyone. So when she figured that out, she and Ryan had a very hard conversation. But Ryan, because Ryan is a sweetheart, he understood. And he hasn't really made any sort of advances on Dropsy, and just views her as a very good friend. But also relevance to this is that because of this fear of love, because Dropsy does not want to marry, she is an only child, and this technically means her family birthright would die out with her. And that's why her mother is so not on good speaking terms with Dropsy. Because Dropsy has a very, very unique birthright, and that is the ability to heal. To straight up heal wounds. Of any magnitude. So, actual healing on that scale is a rare trait to have. A very rare birthright. You'd think it'd be one of the more common, but it is a very hard magic to learn. So, the only one who managed to was of the, I think, Rivengold is the one I named of it. Hold up, let me pull up Dropsy's thing. Rivengold. Yeah, no, it's Rivengold. So the only one who managed to was of the Rivengold. And that's it. I might actually change a few things.
I'm glad for Dropsy.
Yeah.
Being scared of loving people and then being like, well, if I don't have children, my birthright dies with me. I guess I'll go jump off the cliff.
Yeah, no. That is the main tensions between her and her mother. Because Dropsy does care about her mom. Dropsy does. But she is scared to love. So she just has
Biggest
that to
skill
live with.
ever.
Yep, she has that to live with all of her life. So yeah, I might change a few things though.
Are there anyone in the story whose birthright derives from dark magic? If that even exists.
Not that I have established, actually.
That would be interesting if people who have birthrights that are derived from dark magic, what if they're just outcast because of it?
They would definitely actually be. If I'm being honest. I will also address this of the birthrights. So, let me just pull up something. Yes, I have actually been writing the Birthright Chronicles. Because Corin is actually writing them, and every single chapter of Feathers that I will ever write is going to be yet another excerpt of the Birthright Chronicles. I am not changing that. It is going to be what I'm adding, and it's going to include lore. Because, yes. But let me in. I'm just gonna read this. It is going to be like spoilers for like technically 2 up chapters of what would include the Birthright Chronicles excerpts. But here is what I have listed under the Favre family, and this is going to include a decent amount of lore and such. So, when Corin is writing this, this is under the volume 1 of the Birthright Chronicles. There are several volumes. I have yet to establish how many, but the Birthright Chronicles, for those who don't know, is literally a compiled history about all the known birthrights that exist. Even if, like, not much is known about the family history of how they came about to be, Corin will still write an excerpt about it. And he's actually been traveling the lands and learning about different people's birthrights and the histories of it. He actually started writing the Birthright Chronicles so that when his son was of age, that Saber could learn all about the world. About all of the birthrights, about the history of Desna, all of it. So, the first excerpt, or the first entry in the Birthright Chronicles is under the Favre family. Keep in mind, I've not finished this. Probably won't for a bit. I'll probably only read the first 2. Because I'm not done with the third paragraph of this. I'm doing it paragraph by paragraph, but anyways. Volume 1 of the Birthright Chronicles, the Favre family. Many a tale are told of the Favres. Some say they are the builders of this world, while some say they were the ones who were appointed by the divine powers to be protectors of the people. However it is, the Favres are one of the most important, yet secluded families of the blessed families. They live in isolation from the world, keeping and growing those who have the birthright to be ones of pure virtue and creative minds. With this birthright being one of the most elaborate and powerful ones out there, the family tends to seem to be more reclusive, though they are the ones who actively seek out to aid others. So in light of their seclusion and want to help others of this land, they created a huge city, rumored to be made out of pure quartz and stones far more valuable than anything you could find in the earth. This city is the City of Life, Halonvale. After the creation of Halonvale, the Favre family became one of the presiding families over the city. Many flocked to stay within the walls, as the city was a promise and a lean towards an era of pure peace. The most notable of the families who lived within the walls of the City of Life, besides the Favres themselves, was the Latris and Rovan families. Both families held unique gifts of manifestation and transformation, and together, alongside the Favres, the three families united to expand and ensure the safety of the city. Slowly over time, their actions reached out their protection to the land of Desna itself. For many years, the land of Desna was united under the city's prosperity and the families within it. However, this peace became unraveled as those outside of the City of Life started to look upon it with greed and dissatisfaction. With this trouble amongst the people, so was the worm of discourse and distrust planted in the minds of most families. You know what? I'm just going to read this because it's at a place where it's fine. Anyways. And so was the beginning of the war that stained the history of Desna for the rest of eternity. Family rose against family, for they believed that they deserved to be within the walls of the hallowed city, creating an influx of residents into Halonvale. The Favres themselves tried their best to create a solution to the discourse by expanding the city itself and allowing more families within, but they fell behind as the demand became too great for them. Seeing the strain upon their fellow family, the head of the Latris family, Evanthe, made a crucial decision. With his family, he left the city and used his skills and knowledge to try and establish order amongst the land. This action gave some reprieve, as most understood and willingly followed Evanthe's lead to strive for peace. The Favres and the Rovan families both gained a reprieve from this action, as together the two families worked tirelessly to expand. That's all I have written about it. But that also explains part of the start of the tensions for the what led to the eventual power grab for the City of Life. I also forgot to address this, but I'll probably just read that excerpt. I have it established in Feathers that after Halonvale was sent out of the timeline, that that's when the rise of the Undying happened. So, well, the rise of the Undying and the rise of the Reapers. But also, with what I read, it also gives explanation to why the Latris family is the royal family. And it is because of the actions of Evanthe Latris. Well, Avanthe, or however I choose to pronounce it for the rest of eternity. Anyways. Latris family, the Rovan family, and the Favre family have some of the most powerful manifestations of birthrights. The Favres have creativity. The Rovans have transformation. And Latris has manifestation. So if I were to bring up some renders I've done, as well as just simply some writings, mainly just the current thumbnail, as well as another. Let me just close that. No, do not see. Close. No. We're just gonna. No, keep that open. Close that because I'm not drawing in specific, so. Let me just pull up something from my Solace Reapers folder and Serenity. So, I'm just gonna put this on the same one. Xenos can manifest. Well, yeah, no. He can manifest a weapon of his choosing. So, am I right? Am I saying that right? Yeah, no, I am. So yeah, no. Xenos has manifestation. And he has wrongly used that for his own abuse. And for his own gain. And also just to kind of point out something that is extremely unintentional, yet at the same time kind of intentional. I'm just gonna order these a little bit. The more I render Xenos, the more unhinged he looks. So it's like, the first render I made of him, this was a bit ago, he looks calmish, collected. He looks angry. But then the next one, you kind of notice that he looks a little more, unhinged. He has a bit of a smile. Ignore the fact that he literally looks like a demon. Okay, that is unintentional with just the lighting, but it adds to the effect. And just, the closer he gets to trying and getting Saber, the more unhinged he is going to be. But no. His entire thing is that these glowing swords are his birthright. They are his power. He just thinks he has power. By the way. He just thinks his birthright is power. But it's not. It's manifestation. So, the Latris family can manifest anything they so choose. They have taught that it can be used to create weapons, but it also can be used to simply create anything they so choose. Or at least manifest anything they so choose. However, theirs is non-permanent. The Favre's is permanent. And the Rovans is permanent. The Rovans can turn one thing into another. So the Rovans have to have something there. And the Latris and, or the Latris don't have to have something there. But the Favres can have something there and don't have to have something there. So they're kind of like the high triple. So just the lore. Anyways, I have been yapping for 3.5 hours. Damn. Later on, I'm gonna edit everything, write down where timestamps are, and I'm just gonna add in timestamps for everything. It's gonna be
Good
fun.
luck with that. Take
Yeah,
a
no.
while.
Yeah, it's gonna take a bit. At the very least, I know generalities for different topics. I'm just gonna organize them by which characters I was talking about at the time, as well as just like all that. Yay. Also, completely irrelevant, chat, but I have been trying to work on a render to properly, show off the fact that Corin is indeed a very, very menace to society character. It's not done. I'm gonna definitely add more into the background, but I actually finally finished Corin's skin purely
They all look like
for
this. Idea.
Yeah. Also, I'm just gonna point this out. That's Janis in the corner. That's Janis right there. Once it catches up. It's not
Janis
Lucas.
Is the white one, the white outfit one.
It's not white.
What is that? Blue? It
It's
looks
blue.
white from here.
It is a light blue. It's because of the lighting.
So, his manifestation thing looks like the direct opposite of the other guy.
His is actually lightning. Behind him.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, no, I would have added in more characters, but at the same time, I'm content with just showing off these for this render. Because yes. Yeah, no. Xenos. Unhinged motherfricker. I mean, I literally have the man talking about how he wants to, or what he's literally going to do to Orin and Katrina and Verde. If Orin does anything that Xenos does not approve of. Yeah, no, Xenos is unhinged. He's lost it. He is very frequently called a madman, 'cause he is. And it also tilts back into the fact that a psychopath can be a sociopath. But a sociopath can't be a psychopath. So. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop yapping now. Because I don't think I have anything else to address with the entire thing. just gonna leave chat off with this. And I'm going to stress this importantly. Vel Igne, although she is very littly shown, or is shown very little so far, is one of the most important characters. I'm not gonna say why. I'm not gonna say why. But just keep an eye out for her. Just keep an eye out. I mean, I already have said that she knew about Saber's birthright before anyone else did. Besides Corin. So. But yeah. I lied. That's not the last thing I'm gonna leave chat off with. So, the character you should look out for upcoming things is Vel. Because Vel is going to become very important later on. It's just gonna take a while. And, an upcoming chapter you all should look out for, which is gonna be fun, is Orange Is My Color. I'm not gonna say when it's coming up, but look out for that one. Because, things are gonna go down. And it may or may not include everyone in this render to an extent. Well, a few other people in there. But anyways, I think I'm going to hop off chat. So, yeah, it's late. It's late. So, thank you all for who has joined me throughout the stream. Shroom, Arya, Willow, Ranger, Doodles, Toxic. I know Blue Sea was here earlier. Let's see. Clorox.
Sans, Diamond.
Yep. Sans, Diamond, and Sam.
Sam.
Let's see, who else? Ruby. I know Ruby popped in here for a bit. Hayden. Who else was in here?
Madness.
Yep, Madness was in here temporarily.
And then White Wings look message.
Ah, yeah. White Wings is probably... Yep. Yep. He's just been lurking. He's just been lurking. Yeah, no. That was all. That was everyone who's been in chat for today. So, thank you all for coming and such. I know I was yapping for a very long time, but hopefully you all enjoyed the yapping. Although I probably could have come up with a few more things, but I don't really have too much about the actual history established. I'll do that later. The main things are the Birthrights and the Flames of Desna. I also forgot to mention this about the Flames of Desna. They are some of the most skilled people in all of the land. So, as I mentioned earlier, to summarize, Arthur has magic. Like, he is well-versed in different types of magic. Janis was the one who is... Well, it's lightning. He could stop somebody's heart if he wanted to. Corin is their most skilled person with a blade. Elliad is their heavy hitter. And Calon was their scout. But also their second quickest member. And also their heavy hitter. Or another heavy hitter. So, there's all that. Keep a lookout for CI. Keep a lookout for Veligne. And orange is my color. And hopefully I also clarified a few things about the struggle between the Undying and the Reapers a little bit. So yeah. I really need to bring up Rakeen and Los later. I'll also just mention this as I'm closing. Los is another one of those who has or is technically an animalistic holder. He can shapeshift into a moose. Or maybe it was a deer. I forget which of the two it was. But he can turn into those. Maybe a few more animals, I don't remember. And Rakeen has his birthright familiar, Xylus. So. Yeah. I think I covered everything. As well as a bit more on Halonvale. So. Yay! I like rambling about my lore and people. And Corin, my gosh. Anyways. Thank you all for coming, chat. And yeah. I shall see you all at a later point in time. I'll probably be either next Monday or Tuesday. I don't know. I'll stream again. Probably it'll be another lore stream. I might actually do a Q&A for like the Halceon. Or like surrounding the Halceon a bit. That might be fun.
Yeah.
I also can delve a bit more into some of the characters on the Steve side of the realm of Solace later. As well as just different things I've established in that, different things that were established by Rainbow Quest Aftermath that I added on to, so on and so forth. So yay. Ah! Threw my pen, jeez. Anyways. I will see you all later, chat. Say goodbye to the boy or else you're getting stabbed with a fork.
Goodbye.
If I don't see at least one goodbye to Red, I will start stabbing. This is your warning. Anyways. Hopefully you all have a lovely rest of your night or day or wherever you are on this floating rock of molten whatever and filled with nice or random nice people in any corner of the world. So, yeah. Anyways. My chat! I love you, my flipsters!